watch all the amazing things that Bob has done to raise money for Partners for Quality. And so we wanted to do something special. You know, Bob has a lot of things named after me as his own bobblehead. Well, now he has his own beer. So Bob, if you want to come over here. So we created, now Bob, he likes beer, but it's not his favorite thing. We all know he loves a French martini. So we brewed a beer called Pompeani Easy. And you all have a 4-pack of it in your cart. And it's an ale brewed with raspberry and pineapple.
Oh, my favorite.
So there you go, sir. So a beer named after you.
Let's hear for Lynx Brewing. They do a great job, located right there in Carnegie.
Time knows the phrase pumping ain't easy. Now we're forever going to be reminded of it because there's a beer after that name. But I'm here to tell you that's the biggest line of BS in Pittsburgh sports history. The guy hasn't paid for a round of drinks or a round of golf in 20 years. When he goes to the Pirate games, he's in the first. He almost has to have the catcher's transmitter on to talk to the pitcher. When he goes to Mass on Sunday, little kids throw flowers on the steps of the church as he walks in. He met Lisa judging a beauty contest, and if there isn't an all-time out-kicking your coverage example, it's Bob and Lisa. He has 2 gorgeous daughters with terrific families of their own. Look at these kids here. He has had the world by the buttocks for years. Pumping ain't easy. It's a piece of cake.
Going back to 1991, Pomp and I are in Atlanta, covering the NLCS between the Buccos and the Braves. Now, it wasn't as bad as '92, but it was still a losing effort. So Ted Turner owned the Braves at that time. He put on a spread that would blow anyone's mind. Tables of seafood, cocktails everywhere. The only thing that they didn't have readily available was a bathroom. So Bob had his 2 drinks, and as Bob, this guy pointed out, that was more than enough for Bob. But the problem was Bob needed to relieve himself. There was nowhere for Bob to take care of that. His award-winning photojournalist photographer, Michael Chalik, saw that Bob was in a little bit of distress. Started following him around with the camera as Bob was looking for somewhere to relieve himself. So Bob finally found, away from everybody, I think like a little group of trees, see, as the guys, we can kind of get away with that kind of stuff. He finally found himself alone enough to relieve himself. But what we still torture Bob with, and we don't have the audio video stuff here, do we? Oh, we're not able to show that? Oh. But Michael and I would torture Bob with, I think tonight's the night we release the video. We're never going to release the video. Pompin' ain't easy, but man, is he just one of the best. Sharing an office and a life with him is as good as it gets. The family just says it all. Pompin's amazing.
God bless. At one time in Dallas. First off, I'm glad you took that golf shirt off. The 4 accidents you caused on the parkway from it were enough. So I'm glad you've toned it down a little bit here for dinner. You know, I could tell a couple of stories, but what I want to tell is what you're seeing right here. Look at Bob's family. And look at the compass that they have. And anyone in this room, he would help out. And that's what makes him so special. And what makes him the embodiment of Partners for Quality. Everyday people, they care. And that's Bob. Yeah.